Good morning, American literature students, and welcome. It's the first day of April. It's April 1st. No, this is not an April Fool's joke. Yes, this is really Mr. Roff in the flesh. Yes, this is the Roff family living room. And we're going to have our lesson today more in person than we have in the previous videos. So you see our classroom is set up here. Everybody's snuggling their favorite stuffed animal. And what I'd like to talk to you about is your reading assignment today for The Moon is Down, Chapter 4. And today's going to be a little bit different. You actually are going to have 3 different activities that you're going to engage with today. The first thing is you're going to be reading Chapter 4 of The Moon is Down, and this is actually the video for Chapter 4 as well. Chapter 4 is very short. It's pages 51 to 56. It's the shortest chapter by far in the book, so your reading assignment will be a much less of a burden than maybe some of the other ones have been. You're going to still complete the reading guide using the SOAR method, and you'll post that on Google Classroom as your assignment. You're also still going to have a discussion post to respond to on Google Classroom, so just as you have for the previous 3 chapters. The one assignment that's different, that's going to be new and unique for today, is the vocabulary assignment, and we'll talk more about that here in a minute. Now, because this is technically our first block day, right? Today's Wednesday, and so it's block day, all of the assignments aren't due on Thursday, they're actually due on Friday. So just a reminder, you have 2 days to work on all of this. So that's why I think it's perfectly fine for you to have 3 tasks to complete. All right, rather than have you go and read Chapter 4 and then pause the video and come back, I'm just going to talk about a few points from Chapter 4 because it's so short here at the very beginning of this video. So first and foremost, Chapter 4 focuses entirely on the interrogation of Alex Morden. So somebody dropped their stuffed animal, so we have to pick it up. So Chapter 4 focuses entirely on the interrogation of Alex Morden. And it starts with Colonel Launcer trying to get him to apologize for what he did. And Colonel Launcer literally says on page 53, "Are you sorry that you did it?" And Alex's response, "I'm not sorry. He told me to go to work. Me, I'm a free man," right? But then Launcer pushes him further. "What if the sentence is death? Will you be sorry then?" Alex is like, "No, I don't think I'm sorry." Right? He understands that for him to be free, that might cost him his life, but he's willing to make that sacrifice. Okay, a little bit later on in the chapter, somebody just fell out of their chair. This is what happens when you film with toddlers, right? It's always something fun. You okay, Calvin? You good? You fell out of your chair, buddy? Yeah, that was not part of the script, don't worry. I'm not having my kids fall out of chairs on purpose. Anyway, back to the video. Chapter 4, Mayor Orden comes in. And Mayor Orden tries to comfort Alex. He tells Alex, "Hey, bud, you're going to die. Like, this is going to happen. Right? I can't stop this from happening." But he tells him this line. When they came, these invaders came, the people were confused. I was confused. We didn't know what to do or think. Yours was the first clear act. So what you did in defiance of Captain Bentic in Chapter 2, yours was the first clear act. Your private anger was the beginning of our public anger. And I think this is a great example of some foreshadowing about what the town is going to do in response to Alex Morden's death. All right, for your discussion today, for your discussion post, you're actually going to focus on this act that Alex Morden takes, the resistance that he shows within this town. And the question, which is really one of our essential questions for this book, when, if ever, is resistance, and I am including violent resistance in this category, against an authority justified and right? So I want you to think about that question. Under what circumstances, if ever, is it acceptable to resist in this way? And then I want you to provide your reasons and examples to support your position. All right, you're going to post that on your Google Classroom discussion post like you have in the past. All right, finally, the last thing for today is this vocabulary assignment. Okay, what you're going to do on this vocabulary assignment is very similar to ones we've done in the past. So we did one of these for the Scarlet Letter. We actually did one of these vocab assignments, I think, as well for either Death of a Salesman or Great Gatsby, depending upon the class that you're in. But I want to take you to the vocab assignment. You should find this document linked on Classroom. So we're going to look at this vocab assignment, and up here in the top are the instructions. Okay, it says for each of the 5 main characters listed, and you'll see the list of those, you're going to write a short character description. And by short, I mean approximately 4 sentences. 3 to 4 sentences should be just fine. In your description of the character, you're going to be using 2 of the words that I give you. They'll give you 4 words that are all vocab words from Unit 16 or Unit 18, and you're going to use 2 of them in writing this description. Some of the words you're going to get are verbs, some of them are adjectives, some of them are nouns. So you want to make sure you're accurate in how you use the word, both in the meaning of the word and the part of speech. Hey, Gal. Then you're going to underline or circle the word that you used. If on the computer you're typing this and you want to make it bold or underline it or italicize it, that's fine with me. And each one of the descriptions is worth 3 points. So I did an example for Dr. Winter, which you can see here on the screen, right? And for Dr. Winter, I had the possible words of contort, implicit, proclivity, and insinuates. Those are all words that came from Unit 16 or 18. Now I chose to use implicit and insinuates, and I wrote that description, which you can see. Okay, you're going to write descriptions for Mayor Orton. That's not a surprise, right? He's probably the main character. Colonel Launcer, the other main character. Then you're also going to look at either Molly Morden or Alex Morden. You can pick one of the two of the Morden family. You can also pick one of the two servants that's within Mayor Orton's house, either Joseph or Annie. And then finally, for number 5, I gave you tons of options. You can pick any other of the individual invaders. So Mayor Hunter, Captain Bentic, who's no longer with us, Lieutenant Prackle, Tonder, or Captain Loft. Right? And again, you'll see the words there. So just to recap with you briefly. Okay, 3 things for block day. Read the chapter. It's really short. Complete the reading guide. Respond to the discussion post, which should take you about 5 minutes. And then finally complete the vocab assignment from The Moon is Down. So as you can hear my children in the background, they're tired of the lesson. I'm sure you're tired of listening to me too. So bye from the Roff family.